and I was in my room getting ready. But the strange thing is, right before I started to get ready, there was this guy and a paramedics guy in the elevator. And they were like, hurry up, she's not breathing. And later on to find out they were talking about Whitney, I was like, whoa, like this is crazy. And my mom calls me and tells me that she passed.
Child Brandy was at the same hotel as Whitney Houston on the day she died, and she didn't know what was going on. She said her mother called her and told her the news, but she was in the same hotel. Is Brandy hiding something? Also, haven't you always thought it was a creepy coincidence that Whitney Houston gave Brandy a private note just days before she died, and right while cameras were filming them giving a taped interview? Why not give her the note in private? But why brother Ray J?
Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the dealer in that gave her the shot.
So, what precisely do these siblings know about Whitney Houston's death? And what was in that note that Whitney gave to Brandy? Well, like numerous other people, the last time Brandy saw Whitney was at Clive Davis's Grammy party.
Yes. I was devastated. I didn't understand. I couldn't believe it. It was just, I was in shock.
But a few days before her death, Whitney crashed an e-interview with Brandy Monica and Clyde Davis. And in the video footage, you can clearly see that she slips Brandy a note. But you know what? Brandy still refuses to reveal the contents of the note, in fact, in another interview. Regardless, a lot of people believe that Whitney might have given the note to Brandy in front of the cameras on purpose, like, in case something happened to her. Actually, once she passed the note, she kept giving Monica and Clive attention so that Brandy had enough time to read it. I mean, it just doesn't make sense that Whitney Houston interrupted a recorded interview just to say hi while she was wet, yet fully clothed to just pass a note to Brandy and kiss her like that at the end. And if you listen carefully, in addition, people also noted that Brandy talks about everything good when it's bad she won't. And that can only mean that note was bad, and her face said it all when Whitney gave it to her. Which brings us all to the questions we have about Whitney's suspicious death. According to reports, Whitney's death was due to accidental drowning in a bathtub, and toxicology results revealed a small amount of Coca-Cola in Whitney's body that may have been triggered by hardening of the arteries that caused her to lose consciousness and drown. But we also know that the coroner did not find any evidence of a cardiac episode or event. So that story about Whitney having a heart attack was probably just a cover-up. See, the coroner only noted that Whitney had mild heart disease and some blockage of an artery like a lot of smokers do. So the idea that she fell into the bathtub as a result of a heart attack is at least not established by the autopsy report. As for the Coca-Cola levels, the doctor said it seems she used some but not a lot, so it could not have caused her death. So the question people have always had is what caused her to become submerged in that tub of scalding water to the point that she could not get herself out. Additionally, something that came up after Whitney's death was that there wasn't enough water in her lungs to prove that she died from drowning.
Nobody can explain. It's like, it's all my fault.
What?
Yeah. It's all my fault. All of that happened?
No, that's not.
No.
See, Ray J was the last person to have a public connection with Whitney, but they were really not steady, and they never admitted that they were an item. In fact, they actually denied that they were an item. And Ray's sister Brandy even said in an interview with Wrap Up that Ray told her they were not together. Well, Brandy was probably just covering up for her brother, because we've had people say that they had seen the relationship play out.
I go in a room, Whitney Houston taking her pants off. I walk in the room like she getting naked in Ray J room, and she like, get out of here, young bird. And I'm like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. And I ran out the room.
There have also been stories that Whitney got into a shouting match with Stacey F. Francis, and it was all because of Ray J. If they were not together, it would not have been a problem if Ray J was with somebody else. But because they were probably together, Whitney did have a problem with Ray being a little too close with somebody else. Now, on the day Whitney died, Ray J said he was not at the party, but there have been several accounts claiming that he lied about not being there. People started giving Ray J the side look when Raffles and Ray J were hurrying out of the back with Brandy Burnside that same evening, but Raffles obviously never liked Ray, so why was he helping him sneak out of the place and acquire this? Lola Brown, Whitney's ex-husband Bobby Brown's sister, claimed shortly after Whitney's death that Ray J had helped Whitney gain access to whatever she was using.
When I first seen this,
and I saw the news, and and I'm sorry, please excuse me, I just have to come out and say this.
Please.
I saw Ray J coming out of the hotel, hiding his head, being pushed into the car. Why? I looked and I said, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding his face? He's always trying to show his face when he's around Whitney.
According to her, Ray J, who was not truly dating Whitney but was simply a runner boy, gave Whitney with the hard stuff.
For some reason, he knows somebody that sells, and he was buying them for Whitney, from what I know, and giving her. I want to know why this boy was allowed to do that.
Lola Brown thinks Ray J was complicit in Whitney's death and blames him for his involvement. Ray J only opened out 5 years after Whitney died, and he said he still felt bad about what happened while speaking with Stacey Francis on Celebrity Big Brother at the time. Ray also said that although several media outlets offered him millions to reveal secrets of Whitney's death, he turned down every single proposal. But what exactly is Ray J not telling us about Whitney's death? And how much of it does his sister Brandy know? Most importantly, did that note that was passed to Brandy by Whitney have anything to do with her death? Well, as much as followers say the note was not coincidental, there are people who also say that they doubt anything of significance or real importance was in the note. For all we know, it was probably a happy birthday wish, or it could have just been Whitney's room number at the hotel. And she wanted Brandy and Ray to know where she was staying. Or maybe Whitney had a gift for Brandy for her birthday she wanted to give her. Someone even said that Brandy is just being unnecessarily dramatic and milking the note story for all she's got to raise interest in her and Whitney's connection. In fact, we've even had followers pointing out how dramatic she has been with the connection, like in 2017 when both Brandy and Monica decided to remember Whitney Houston on her birthday. Monica took to Instagram to celebrate. People flooded her Instagram comment section, drawing comparisons to their post and criticizing her for her self-indulgence caption. Regardless, we still have people who believe that Brandy knows what really happened to Whitney, but she's just not allowed to talk yet. But she will one day. But what do you think was really in that note that Whitney slipped her? And do you think Ray J also knows exactly what happened to Whitney? Drop your ideas in the comments part below.